All right, so today I'm joined by Lorenzo, the Juggernaut Hunt. What's going on, man? How are you?
What's up, everybody? I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, of course. So first of all, we got the two-division BKFC champ in the building right now.
Yes.
So I want to say congrats on all your success, man.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. It's been a lot of work, and I'm continuing doing well, and I'm going to continue do well.
Hell yeah. Well, I'd like to kind of start in the beginning with your story a little bit. I looked it up somewhere. It looks like you're from Ohio. Is that where you're originally born?
Yeah, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I grew up there, and I grew up later moved to a little town called Elyria, Ohio, Lorain County area, and just was kind of, I had young parents, so we kind of moved around, bopped around a little bit till we got settled down, and all the trials and tribulations that came with it, helped develop me as a person.
Yeah. What was your childhood like a little bit as far as maybe like your parents raising you and stuff like that? Were they around a lot or working busy and stuff because they're young?
I mean, everybody's childhood is different. Everybody has, they grow up with a different story. I don't think anyone's any better than the other. Like I said, my mother was super young. My father was working hard, super busy guy. Very, very militant, very disciplinarian. At the same time, I was a little wild. I was a little out there a little bit. We moved a lot, so I had time to develop, different personalities and figure out how to move with different people and kind of make myself be noticed or not be noticed. I developed some, I would say some different skills, different skills than other people. I'm sure like the army brats and stuff like that, I'm sure they understand, moving around and having to force yourself and learn and on the fly, So like,
Yeah.
I was hated by some, I was loved by some. It just was a tripped out childhood.
Yeah, it seems like it played out kind of perfectly with the career you chose too. But you said your dad was in the army and stuff, so you guys were moving around a lot. It wasn't too steady.
My father wasn't in the army, but he was very militant. And what I mean by disciplinarian, like he was very, very strict. And like I said, it came with its a bit of rebellion and vice versa. But basically, I learned to love my dad, and he taught me martial arts, and it just kind of just snowballed into this brotherly love that we have now. Growing up, I finally figured out that he was actually my best friend, and I originally thought he was my worst enemy, and it just worked out after that. Once I started to try to learn from him and mimic his behaviors and his discipline, and instead of fighting it so much,
Yeah. He kind of just wanted the best for you. He wasn't worried about whether or not you like him when you were younger, that semes like.
Nah,
right?
We were not friends.
Yeah.
We were not friends. Like, I literally hated the dude. I used to try to kill him. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but I was like, wow, thank God it didn't work. But he's like this ultra man, and I never seen him cry. I never seen him call a day off work. I never seen him make an excuse. He just was always there, like a sentinel, like a man. It's actually an amazing dude, and he's still there. He's still in my corner until the day, just rooting for me and still pushing me. A lot of the plays, a lot of the things that you see me do, he calls it. He's very good at reading people. He reads my opponents very well. He just calls it, and I just listen to him just like that. I don't even hesitate. I often tell him that the voice in my head is his actual voice. So there isn't much difference between when he says something and I say something. It sounds the same. So it just gets done.
Yeah. That's interesting. Does he corner you too, or he kind of just talks to you behind the scenes?
No, he corners me. Yeah, he's my dad. He's my coach.
Okay.
He's right there every fight. You'll see him right behind me. And he tells me, kind of, tells me what to do. He's real calm about it. And I actually have to bring myself down even in order to hear him, which is a little trick that he does, to calm me. And it just works out, man. Those of you out there who have a father, who have a father in your corner rooting for you, you know what I'm talking about. This guy, it's something different when you got a dad. He froze up on me, man.
Yeah, I see you now. Are you? Yeah, you're back here. You said that your dad just corners you, and it seems like he's giving you a lot of advice in your fights.
corners me. He's real calm. When I come to the corner, he has a way of speaking to me that just brings me down, and he's like, he makes eye contact and he knows me. He knows exactly what I'm thinking, and just a symbiotic relationship that other guys just don't have. If you look at Mayweather and his father, and a lot of the guys who had their father coaching them, they turned out great. And it's just because it's just something about that first voice. It's always there. It's right there, when you need it.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring that up. You got it happens more often in boxing these days, but you see it in MMA too. You got Steven Wonderboy and his dad.
Yeah.
But even that young kid, Kermel Moten coming up right now?
Yeah.
In boxing?
Yeah.
His dad's been fucking training him since he was before he's 10 years old,
Yeah, it's like a remote control. They say that with age and experience and youth and when you get the perfect mixture together, my father. I honestly, I have a video of my father calling out a particular punch. It was the me versus Eric Lozano, and he was saying I don't like how the guy leans back. He's like, I want you to throw the same punch twice. Just throw the same punch twice in the same sequence. And then he got up. And my father's 60, 65 or 66. He got up and he showed me. He did it 4 times. And I was like, I didn't really agree with it. But I was like, all right, I'll try it. And I'm fighting this guy. And then when I ran out of ideas, I just was like, oh, let me shoot this shot. It was crazy. It was the craziest knockout out of all of them. It was perfect. He you could have did that in the first round. I told you what to do. I'm like, you're right. So, they know stuff. They know.
What was that one? Was it something he saw where the guy was slipping your first shot and then he was leaving himself open or something like that? Or how did that one work out in that situation?
That's exactly it. Sometimes we watch the guys fight, sometimes but on this particular guy, Eric Lozano, he leans back when you reach for him. He leans just out of range. When my father said, hey, the hand's already there, just throw it again. And I looked at it, it looked like more like a windmill to me. It was like how girls fight. I'm not doing that, but it was perfect. So today, it is still one of the most devastating knockouts in BKFC. Double right hand. What the hell? It was crazy.
Yeah. It's one of those things too where sometimes maybe there's a lack of trust. If you have a coach who you've only known for a couple of years, that might just go right out the other side of your ear, With your dad, like you said, you got that trust. You're I'll try it.
Yeah, I've been through that too. Coaches, sometimes they're hollering. Yeah. Especially in MMA, you got coaches, they're just hollering Japanese words during a fight. And it's what the hell are you talking about? You know what I mean? I'm fighting for my life, talking to me in Japanese. Omoplata, Kimura, man, what the fuck? But
I forgot what that shit was.
Yeah, but with your dad, you guys speak the same language.
Right. Okay, so back to kind of growing up a little bit. You were moving around a lot. Right now you live in Florida. When did you end up in Florida?
About 2011, I'd say. I just got fed up with Ohio, and it's just such a different environment, such a hard way to come up, such a hard way to focus. That when I finally did get the chance to move to Florida, I actually came here as I was a tow truck driver at the time. I was doing repo and emergency roadside service out in St. Augustine. I basically was able to start teaching again, doing private lessons, and I was teaching women's self-defense. I've always been a karate guy, martial arts guy. I've always, had these skills, and eventually it just led into the MMA scene. I wasn't even really a big MMA fan. I just had the skills, the stand-up skills, the taekwondo and the karate, the kempo karate. And then I just started knocking guys out all over Florida, just up and down Florida. And eventually my name got big enough to turn pro, and I started getting paid to fight. I never dreamed of being a fighter. I never planned to be a fighter. I was a tow truck driver, running a tow trucking company, doing services and just making money and taking care of my little family. And next thing you know, I'm like one of the one of the celebrities in MMA in Florida, and then it just one thing
Yeah.
another. Yeah.
That's crazy because I think you started, like, it says on Tapology your first fight amateur was like when you were 31, right? So yeah, you didn't really have plans, or else you would have been fighting in
Yeah,
like your 20s probably.
yeah. It's something that it says something about the genre of martial arts where you remember the old karate guys, they didn't really like MMA. MMA was wild. These guys are, they're not true martial artists. This is stupid. So it kind of created a separation. Then when the Gracies kind of got into it and the jiu-jitsu became a thing, of course, nobody really liked it. The people who did jump in the bandwagon, Gracie name blew up. Next thing you know, there were Gracie gyms everywhere, and then jiu-jitsu gyms everywhere. But I remember a time where there was no jiu-jitsu, I'm that old. Like I remember, oh, what the hell is that? So then the skill sets evolved. People jumped into martial arts. Then there was a time where everybody's an MMA fighter. Hey, bro, do you do UFC? I do UFC, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, like you ever did MMA? I'm a UFC fighter, bro. I'm an MMA, bro. Like, what the hell y'all talking
Even today, kind of.
Yeah, that's how everybody was.
Yeah.
Like, damn, this just kind of happened. And then with me, sitting on this old karate black belt and this old, jujitsu. I mean, not jujitsu, but taekwondo. These skill sets, I was able to kind of sneak into MMA and just smash guys out before they figured out, I couldn't wrestle. And then, yeah, so it just took a story, just a lifetime of training, a lifetime of being an athlete. It just evolved itself, and I just let it evolve itself. It didn't take a whole lot of effort for me to be me.
Yeah.
I just let it grow organically.
So you were kind of just coaching, and then how did you get approached for your first fight in Florida in a way? I know there's a big fight scene out there, so they just must have picked up on you somewhere.
In St. Augustine, Florida, signed me up for a fight as a joke.
Oh, okay.
Coach can kick anybody's ass kind of thing. But they didn't really know how serious I was. And if you look up, there's a fight, it's called Rumble in the Ancient City. It's still on YouTube. It was like 2013. And I was fighting a guy, he was like a jiu-jitsu black belt fighting out of St. Augustine, had his own school. And I hit him so hard that everybody in the crowd, everybody just shut up. Everybody was like, oh my God, did he kill him? And it was just like, uh-oh. And I was like, yeah, I'm like, what? Like, what did you think? You know what I mean? And then it was in the newspaper and it kind of blew up. I started doing amateur fights for charity, the National Alliance. Well, as a matter of fact, it was the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation first. They were my first sponsors. And then we did their charity sponsored thing. We gave money every fight we went to. And then, like I said, later on, it became the National Alliance to End Veteran Suicide. We were fighting for autism. It just became this altruistic thing. I never made a penny. Like I said, I was still a tow truck driver, still working out, just nice to stay in shape. Got a little family. And this one thing, I think I was 9-1 as an amateur. 9-1, just knockout. People just got used to seeing it. Yeah, it was wild. And then I just turned pro and wound up fighting for RFC and for Tampa and for different shows. I fought for UFC Fight Pass once in Miami. It just evolved itself.
Yeah. And then I guess how did well, actually, before I ask you about how BKFC kind of presented itself, I was also wondering, did you ever get in like street fights and shit as a kid at all, even like back in Ohio and stuff, or in Florida?
I've been in a lot of fights. I've been approached a lot of different ways. I've been in a lot of fights. I don't shy away from the idea that there's a stigma in, I wouldn't say America, I would say in the world, where there's this little light skin, dark skin hatred thing. It can be internal, it can be white versus black, it can be black versus black. It's just always been this little bit of hatred towards the darker people or the lighter people, and we would often get in fights just literally because I was light skinned. Nobody liked it.
Yeah.
So it was like, what the hell? I grew up in some of the worst neighborhoods in Cleveland, Ohio, in some of the worst places that you could possibly grow up as a child. And I often find myself defending myself just because I was light, bright. I'm a little darker now. I'm gotten older. I live in Florida, but I was like light, like you. I was about your complexion.
Oh, wow.
It was like a thing. I had to fight my ass off, every day. And
Damn.
kind of got good. I got really good. My dad started teaching me self-defense, so I wouldn't come home, with bloody nose every day. And then I started sending guys home with bloody noses, and it just became a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just became
Yeah, and then you also kind of mentioned how right. And then you were saying how from moving around a lot, you kind of learned how to get attention and because if you fight early on, oh, this got me some attention. So was fighting something maybe you realized would get you attention wherever you went in the world in a way?
Actually, no.
Okay.
Fighting me was like a secret superpower. I was never afraid. I was never really that scared kid. I knew I could hurt people. I learned early that I could hurt people. And I always was kind of stocky and big. But I could do gymnastics, I could flip, I could sing, I could rap, I could dance, I could do a number of things. I was really gifted, I was really smart. I did talent shows. I played instruments. It was a survival tool to be able to go anywhere and make friends. To be able to go anywhere and get attention. Not necessarily beat people up, but make friends. Have that outward personality.
Because you had other skills.
Right. The guy that you see on TV that's comfortable with himself, that can talk about anything, that can go at the drop of a dime and just, have fun. I practiced that. You know what I mean? I used to change my name.
Yeah.
So move here, I have a different name. I moved there, I have a different name. And I was just a creative kid. It was like, and it just worked out for me that I grew up and I'm not really shy. I'm not really,
right.
I'm a true extrovert. I'm good anywhere.
What did you just say? You said that you used to give yourself a different name. What did you used to call yourself?
Oh yeah, bro. It's crazy. Don't even that's all I said. I remember I moved to one neighborhood and I just started telling everybody my name was Mike, like Michael Jackson. And the girls, the kids would come to my house. I must have been about 11. And they would come to my house and knock on the door to say, is Michael home? And my mom would be like, what the hell is Michael? I'm like, I want to see Mom. We'll go outside and play. So it was just a thing. I don't know where I came up with it from. I don't know why. It just was a thing. I would just change my identity every time. We moving every couple of months anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you're like, fuck it. They won't know me in a few months anyway. Might as well just say I'm someone else.
Yeah, I kind of accepted it, And a little while, so it's all good. I had a chance to do like a trial and error thing with my personality, with my persona, with my what works and what doesn't. And who knows that when you grew up, you need that. You actually need that. Everybody that we meet nowadays is like flying, hearing gold, passing, and first impressions are everything. You know what I mean? You never know when you see that guy again, but what impression did you leave with them? When they talk about you to someone else, or when they mention to someone else, or they have a little story in their head and then they see you on TV and they say, hey, that's the guy from the convenience store that was really nice to me. You know what I mean? So it's just it actually helped me in my career because people speak highly of me and it's just me,
Yeah. And it's easy for you. I think sometimes it's hard for people. They might be a cool person, but maybe they're not good socially, so it's hard for them to get that out there, get that good look,
Or they might be a great fighter, but have zero personality on camera, have zero presence on social media, have zero confidence in front of the camera to be able to even create a situation that might create the fight that you need. Like when I jumped in the ring, how much confidence did it take to go against the company wishes? Jump into the ring when Hector Lombard became the champ. Get punched in the face and still have the wherewithal not to go crazy. And then, that one liner, ain't no tap unless I say so. I don't even know where that came from. That was not a plan. And it just happened, you know? And so like a lot of this stuff, when I look back at TV, I look at myself, I'll be like, what the hell?
Yeah, bro, you be out of your mind sometimes. I'm going to ask you about that. Just before we get into BKFC, I wanted to ask the last part about like the street fighting part. So you're saying there are a lot of darker skinned guys around you in the area you grew up, and they would call you out just for being light skinned, or they thought you were soft? Like, is it a thing if you're light skinned, you're soft?
Listen, the only people who will understand is light skinned people who were picked on. Well, basically everyone. If you were ever picked on for being light skinned, if you ever were white and grew up in a black neighborhood, then you know what I'm talking about. If you were ever dark and grew up in a light neighborhood, in a white neighborhood, you know what I'm talking about. I have a friend who was mixed, and he grew up in an all-white neighborhood. The people on the playground, the little kids, hung him from a tree during recess. They all grouped together and did it with a rope. And the teacher came out like, what are you guys doing?
Oh my God.
Lynched him for being mixed. So,
oh my God.
People don't like to talk about it, but everybody knows about it. Everybody knows being picked on just because the skin you're in. Everybody knows.
And that's just the easy thing to pick at. It's like you're in a classroom, they're making fun of you, they go after your skin color.
It's just the easiest thing to pick on.
Yeah.
Even now today, people watch me fight and they say, wow, he's really tough for a light-skinned guy. What the hell does that mean?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the same.
Funny enough though, I think it's opposite. Like my dad, right? He's actually pretty dark. He's not like, I'm not black or anything, but my dad's from like the islands. So he's a little bit dark. And I think he grew up in like a white area, and he would get in fights all the time as a kid. You know, I didn't actually, just because you said this, it's like clicking in my head, but yeah.
Everybody knows what it's like just to be a type for being it. And so I try to explain it, and people kind of be like, he's playing a race card. No, I'm not. We're talking about other black people.
Just maybe the truth.
You know, every race, every religion, every culture is have these little things, these 5 things to pick on you about. And for some, it's worse than others. And it was a really, really big thing for me, especially because I'm one of the younger of my family. My dad has 6 sisters. They all have about 5 sons. So you're talking about a whole 20 or 25 older cousins that it's like a game, like, hey, and you know, you got to beat them all, like Mortal Kombat, going up the ladder to the top. You gotta survive them all, you know. We're fighting over socks and shit. We're fighting over, So yeah, it was a thing. My childhood was no walk in the park. And if anybody knows the Hunt, anybody knows my family, they know every single one of them is literally like Sub-Zero, Shang Tsung, Scorpion, like all the way up to the top. It's like, man, pick
all the Mortal Kombat characters,
oh man,
you gotta climb the ladder.
Yeah, you gotta climb the ladder.
Yeah. You're an only child though, or you got siblings?
No. I got siblings. I have a brother and 2 sisters, and yeah, we grew up. We were a family of 4. I grew up in a little house, and a little 2-bedroom house, and we made it work. And it was an awesome childhood. Honestly, you know, a great mom that worked her ass off, 18-hour shifts. You know, it's like, you know, it was latchkey craziness, but we survived. Yeah, we survived.
Yeah, I grew up in a big family too, so I'm pretty grateful for that too. Helped me be like more put myself out there, you know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, more confident.
Yeah. Right. Was your mom like a nurse or something? How come you said she worked 18 hours?
Yeah, my mom was a nurse. She's
okay.
And she does home healthcare services. She takes care of the kids that have mental and physical disabilities now. But she's been a nurse ever since as long as I can remember. You know, she's just been doing her thing. And man, shout out to my mom. What an amazing character. Same thing for her. Never seen her call off. Never really seen her cry. You know, I lost a sibling, and I seen her cry. Other than that, she's tough as nails. Like if you ever met her, I think she might be the only person that can knock me out. She has it. Like, you can tell. She'll punch the shit out of me. And
she'll get you, huh?
She's juggernaut. She's definitely a juggernaut.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, so to talk about BKFC a little bit, you mentioned earlier like the wrestling part didn't really work out with MMA. So I guess what was that part of that transition in your life where you're like, MMA is not going to really work out for me, and then somehow you ended up in BKFC. So what was that little part like?
I was about 33, 34 years old, and I lost a fight to Joe Pyfer, the guy that's fighting the UFC.
Yeah.
We fought as pros back in the day, like maybe 2017, 2018. And I mean, this kid was coming up strong. I think he was 5-0. I might have been 4-0 or 4-1 at the time. We were vying for like a UFC, run so we can get in there. And he basically just crawled up to me and choked me the fuck out. Like, he had no intentions on standing, no intentions on kicking. Not one punch. Like, he knew what he came to do. He locked in, he grappled with me, he locked his hands, he dragged me down to the ground, and he just stayed on my back, and he just prayed. Eventually he got the choke. And,
yeah.
We went our separate ways. Me being 34 at the time, running a business and having a family, I just figured like it was way too much work and way too much of a gap to go back in time and attempt to master jiu-jitsu and wrestling. I've never wrestled. I've never really done jiu-jitsu except for as a AMI, trying to learn it to be in MMA, trying to learn to defend it. You know what I mean? Nowadays, kids, they wrestle, they all wrestle, they're all D-League, they're all wrestlers in college and high school, they're all, that's the new martial art, so to speak. It wasn't at the time. Me, I'm a Karate Kid guy, wax on, wax off. I was the guy kicking, punching boards. You know what I mean? The Ninja Turtles, like I'm one of those. So as it flipped over into all of this back crawling, shrimping, and fighting from the ground thing, it took a new turn. Fighting took a turn, and he showed me that. He did not have to stand and strike with me. He did not have to stand and bang with me, and he beat me. Shout out to him. He's done great. He's done good in his career. I think we have the same record now. His MMA record is the same as mine in Bare Knuckle. I'm 12-1. I think he's 12-2. So
okay,
we're all winners. Anybody who's stuck with it is a winner. Whether they lost to me or beat me, if you stuck with it, you're a winner by now. And that's just the name of the game. Yeah. So Bare Knuckle.
That's like life too.
That promotion, ironically, was actually ran by David Feldman. He was a MMA promoter at the time.
Oh.
Yeah. So even though, Joey Pyfer beat me in MMA, later on, David Feldman became a big bare knuckle promoter. Just the fact that I knew his name, I was actually fighting bare knuckle in Florida. He's actually from Philly. So when his show came to Florida to do tryouts, I was there. Like, hold on, I'm there. I know these guys. They know I'm a banger. And then I went in there and showed out at the tryouts. And next thing you know, I was getting paid to do bare knuckle. And one knockout after the next, I'm the best bare knuckle fighter in the world. And I didn't say that. They did.
It's on the stats, right now, double champ. Gonna probably go for a third title soon here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did you think that you were that good at bare knuckle though before you actually started, or have you been almost shocking yourself? Because you're not almost a boxer, right? You're like karate and taekwondo and boxing. It was like a mix of the three.
Right. I never was a boxer. I've never boxed.
Okay, so it's just more taekwondo and karate.
Basically.
Yeah.
And street fighting.
And street fighting.
Now, what I'll say to that, to anybody who's watching, anybody who's, like you said, a lot of the fans of bare knuckle now are MMA enthusiasts. But there was a time where you guys didn't exist. And before that time, the karate guys were king. And those skills transition. You're talking about, I've been breaking boards since 1988. I won my first karate tournament in 1988. I was breaking boards and breaking bricks before you guys could walk. Before you guys knew what the MMA stood stood for. People used to say MMA and didn't know it meant mixed martial arts. So don't pretend.
They say UFC.
You know what I mean? It's UFC, right? They still don't know. So don't pretend you guys are you Googlers are the know-all. Google wasn't even around when I was kicking ass. So, like, you don't know everything. People try to Google me. They're like, oh, I Googled him. He's only such and such. You're stupid.
Yeah.
and if you bet against me, Google gonna get your money took. You understand? Because I've been good. I've been good. And it just so happened that when the bare knuckle came around, they're like, hey, would you do bare knuckle? Of course. I mean, it's a fight. I'm not one of those guys that think just because I have on gloves, it's safe. No. A fight is a fight. If you challenge me to a fight, what happens to you happens to you. And it doesn't matter if it's an MMA glove or 8-ounce gloves or 4-ounce gloves or 2-ounce gloves, whatever. No gloves.
You're gonna hit regardless, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna bash your brains in, whatever it takes. So, like I said, years and years of breaking bricks, years and years of breaking boards. I'll break your face. Duh.
So it's like that training plus the street fighting. How many street fights did you get in?
I don't know. Who counts street fights? You kids are funny. That's like asking me what's your body count. Shit. I don't count. Who counts?
You gotta pull up the list on your phone or something now?
The phone wasn't around. Listen.
That's true. You
remember the Nokia?
Yeah, I do. I remember like the chocolate and shit, the razor.
Like, I remember pagers. We had pagers out. They're like, what are you doing with a pager? I'm like, a pager. No. Like,
that one was past my time. I'm only 27, but
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, the knowledge gap will amaze you. The only thing that gives young guys the advantage is if older guys didn't take care of themselves. Right now, you could be 27 and I'm 41 and I'll beat you at anything. So just being young isn't the advantage. And being old is only a disadvantage if you didn't take care of yourself. I'll beat you in a race. I'll swim faster, jump faster. I'll beat you at chess. I'll beat you at checkers. I'll beat you at pull-ups. I'll beat you at push-ups. It doesn't matter if you take care of yourself. It lasts. And my father's the same way. When me and my father play basketball, I don't know if I'm going to win. He's 68. You understand what I'm saying?
He's just competitive?
Yeah, he's good.
Or he still takes care of himself. He still works on conditioning and all that.
You're good. Age that's very deceptive. You understand?
Yeah, but it creeps up on you, right? Like you're saying, if you don't take care of yourself, all of a sudden you fall off a cliff.
We don't know. I've never.
We don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll just wake up like, oh, I can't do it anymore. Whatever.
Well, you see it with some of the other guys who like party,
Right.
Old fighters who might have partied or something.
Right.
Yeah.
If you blow your wad, even fighters now, some guys can lose it within 6 months. It's like, 6 months ago you were good. Well, you partied for 6 months. Okay, your career's over. Know what I mean?
Kind of.
Guys, yeah. These guys, they kill themselves in a matter of months. Some people, I never drank.
Right.
You never seen me out smoking crack or smoking weed or meth or drinking, binging, and then trying to recover from it and then come back and fix myself. Nah, you take care of yourself a little bit at a time, every day. You go your ass to bed when you're supposed to. You get up and work. You be responsible, and your strength may last forever. We don't know. All we know is the people who didn't do it right.
Right. No, this is actually, I love this topic. So like, just kind of curious as, cause you're 41 right now and still like dominating the game at BKFC. Like there's no even close second right now. I feel like
not even close.
What have you done in your early days? Like you said, to take care of yourself? Is it focusing on eating, like you said, sleeping, or just give me some of your like tips, I guess.
I stayed a kid. I stayed
young.
I stayed jovial. I stayed happy. I didn't go through depression. I didn't drink myself to sleep at night. I didn't turn on myself over breakups And I didn't lose my hair over bad relationships or bad business deals. I stayed fun. I stayed active. I love to swim. I like to roller skate. I have kids. I like to play with them. My ideal of fun is fucking Cedar Point or Universal Studios. Like, I'm not the guy going to the club every weekend trying to impress some girl. I'm the guy who's playing basketball in the gym, who's who's like, hey bro, you wanna play one-on-one? Like, I'm that guy that are, I have a trampoline in the backyard. I'm still hopping around, doing backflips. I have fun having fun. Just good old fashioned fun. I'm the guy that drive past the playground and I still look and be like, shit, nobody's there. Nobody goes to the playground anymore. You don't think you're
They're
gonna
empty.
Listen, you guys are masters at video games. You think you can beat me and you're a master at a video game? It took you the same amount of hours to become a master at a video game as it did of me breaking cinder blocks. Now, if you want to play a video game, you'll win. But I'll
play some 2K.
Challenge me in a fight. I'll bash crazy. It's simple as that. It's as simple as that.
That's cool though. Yeah. So being young is a major key here. It like kind of like keeping that mindset, like the shit you used to do when you were a kid, don't go too far away from that.
Listen, the playground for us as kids was like going to the army. You had to have elite level kinetics to be able to survive a day at the playground. We jumped off the swing sets. We climbed the trees. We backflipped down the hill. We did everything. These kids do nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. They do nothing but sit around, eat hot Cheetos, and watch TV, watch YouTube. You think YouTube can teach you how to do what I can do? I can walk on my hands up the stairs. I had nothing else to do but walk up my hands.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I mean? So when I hit you, whatever, man. Whatever happened to you, happened to you. It's the fact of life. We are different. We are built different. We made different. We grew up in a different genre. We ate different shit. And when we collide, which is why I said it at the end of my fight with Joe Rigg, I said, when I touch them, they will see that I'm the champ for a reason. I have a strength, I have a power with me that you can't see until we touch. When we touch, everything changes. And if you go back and watch my fight, that first clash changes everything. All that confidence, all that false confidence, everything that you thought you were, all the practicing that shit goes right out the window as soon as me and you touch.
Right. And that's why I was almost kind of asking about like the street fighting. Maybe it was a bad question, but I got a different one, a different version. Like, did you used to knock guys out in the street too? That like, because you just said too, in BKFC, once you touch, it's different. So I'm just kind of curious, like, did you know you were going to be this successful in BKFC from past experiences, or is this a surprise to you?
No, it was never a surprise to me. I started really like, I could knock guys out. Yes. I've knocked people out before. I've knocked people out when it was still considered a crime. Yes, I have. I'll admit that. But most of the times when it happened as a mistake. You challenge me, I challenge you. I move, you move. Holy shit, he's asleep. And eventually I was able to hone that into a certain type of movements that became knockouts. Literally, I'm Dr. Spocking these boys. When I touch them, they go to sleep, and I know it. I know it's going to happen. I don't fight toward the knockout. I don't look for the knockout. I just move until the knockout presents itself. And it will present itself, because the way we fight, the way bare knuckle works, it's only a matter of time before you forget you're glass. You understand?
You're
not tough.
What's the glass?
You're glass. You're
Oh,
glass.
oh, yeah.
You're
breakable.
glass. And you forget that. You know, you're glass, I'm glass. When the fight first starts, you can tell the guy knows. He's like, oh shit, don't touch me. Oh my God, if he hits me, it's gonna hurt. But eventually you start to get tired, and you want to win, and you start to forget your glass. And then glass does what glass does.
Yeah.
Breaks.
Yeah, I was watching your other video and you're talking about the facial structure. It's all the same, right? I saw that.
Yeah, it's crazy how even the ideology that you can take a punch. You're sick. You're sitting over around with your friend talking about how tough you are, how you can take a punch. You're sick. It's like saying you could take a car. You can't take a punch. It's like saying, hey, he's got a hammer. I can take it. You can't take it. No, I just want to say,
because you're not meant to, right? You're not built to.
No, you're not made for that. It's no different than dropping an apple or a peach. Once it hits the floor,
right,
it's fucked. You can peel it back. You can bite the other side. But what happened to it happened. And we have this tough guy mentality, and we grew up. Everybody's, oh, you can take it. You're tough. You're this. You're that. It's a trick. You shouldn't desire. Just like with your car, you don't want our cars to touch. It doesn't matter how big and buff your car is or how big your rims is. If my car touches yours, it's fucked. They shouldn't touch.
Yeah,
they should never touch.
That's a good point.
It's kind of the thing with fighting. Don't let me touch you, or it's all bad.
Yeah,
it's all bad. Quentin Henry, that was an aneurysm. That was a brain aneurysm. Anybody wonder why we haven't seen Quentin Henry again? That was a brain aneurysm. Nobody's tough. You understand? That was a brain. The other guy,
that's crazy.
Yeah, the other guy, Reggie Pena, the hematoma. That was a broken orbital socket. This stuff breaks. It's eggshell. It's eggshell.
Bisping lost his eye.
Right.
Yeah. Right. That's the biggest example right there, you know?
Right. So
yeah,
the form of martial arts that I was taught and that I teach is also a form of weapons defense. Now, when someone pulls a knife out, you don't think you can take it.
Yeah.
You think you can take it.
And you got to treat it the same way?
Yeah. If I tell you, hey, let me punch you in the stomach, you'd be like, you might think about it. Well, now you're dead.
Yeah.
I got a knife in my hand. See what I'm saying? You flip the mind state to, I just can't take it. Well, every time somebody moves to try to hurt you, you just move. I just move. It doesn't matter if it's my daughter, if it's my son, anybody. If you try to hurt me, I'm going to move. I'm just going to respect it because it may be a knife. It may be a wrench. It may be a bat. I don't know. I'm just going to move. And then once you out the whole, I can take it. Once you get out of that mindset, no matter how big and no matter how strong, I'm a pretty strong guy. I'm a pretty big dude. I'm not going to let you hit me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? And then
I understand,
puts you in a weird position because while you're trying to hurt me, you forget you can be hurt too.
Yeah.
And there you go.
No, I have like a strong feeling about that actually, which is, and it kind of leads into the next thing I was going to ask you, which is like Sean Strickland and Sparring, these streamer guys, right? One of the things I've been thinking about is like, people are kind of giving him a hard time. I'm not sure if you fully like are against him on that. I'll get your thoughts. But one of the thoughts I had is like, same thing you're just saying right there. If you go easy and you're like, well, I'll let him hit me. One shot is too many, especially if you're a fighter and you do this for a living, you know, like you can't be risking your chin at all. So I guess, what do you think about that? The sparring and beating up the streamers and stuff like that.
Two things to say about that.
Yeah.
For any of you guys that are watching Sean Strickland fight these YouTubers and these streamers, you don't see that he's not trying to hurt them. Mm-hmm. He's punching them, but he's bullying them like a big brother. He's just ruffling your feathers. If he wanted to clean your clock, there wouldn't be a lot of video to go on. That's one thing for certain. I can tell by his foot stance and the wide stance that he takes. He's really just being a bully, a big brother, somebody who's sitting on top of you, giving you a noogie or sticking his finger in your ear. That's what he's doing to those guys.
Right.
That's not how you fight. And the second thing that I have to say is it's just a publicity stunt. He's just, YouTubers and streamers are the new it guys. You guys have media power in the palm of your hand. You have advertisement power in the palm of your hand. You used to have to pay millions of dollars to get advertised like that.
Yeah, true.
All you got to do is beat up some guy with 1 million followers. So the
whole world will see it in like 10 minutes.
Don't be fooled. Sean Strickland knows what he's doing. That's a media grab. He wouldn't try that shit on me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? If he really wanted something, he'd go to somebody's gym who's gonna punch him in his shit and put him to sleep and make a viral video with the camera in his face. You know what I mean? Like, I'd knock his ass out if he came to Juggernaut Life Fitness in Jacksonville, Florida, and try that same trash. I got some followers. I'll go. We could try it. I don't mind. You don't got to sign nothing or nothing. Bring your ass to my gym and try that, right? And for the most part, everybody's in on it. Everybody's in on it. The guy who he was beating on, believe me, before the cameras came on, he says, "You're not gonna hurt me, are you?" You hear what I'm saying? Everybody's in on it. The guy. Yeah.
So, who's saying you're not gonna hurt me? You think Sneako's saying that? Like, you're not gonna hurt me, are you?
Come on, man. Those guys are all in on it. Everybody that's standing around the gym owner, everybody who's holding their camera out, they already talked about it.
Forrest Griffin stepping in to stop it.
All in on it. They're like, "Hey, bro, you're not gonna fucking kill me." But even Dana White, bro, he's like, "Bro, you better not fucking hurt that kid." Come on, man. Like, just think about it. Think about the nightmare of an ex-UFC champ KOing some kid and actually hurting him. Like,
no, that's a scary thing. That's scary. That's like, you can't be, that's now, like, yeah. That's too much.
When you look at the video again, you'll see what I see. They're just playing.
Yeah, you have kind of like swayed my opinion a little bit. I didn't think he was trying to KO him because that's another thing that bothers me a little bit. Actually, it brings up to the next point, which is Bryce Hall a little bit. He's like, "Oh, I would have done so much better against Strickland." But like we said, Strickland's not doing his full technique out there.
No. He's definitely trolling. Definitely.
Right.
Okay, like, let's just establish that. When you see videos of me fighting or training with guys, I'm at 10%. And people were like, "Well, he's fighting with guys who haven't actually fought, or he's doing this." I'm a teacher. I'm teaching. I'm the double world champ.
Yeah.
I obviously know what I'm doing. I've knocked out monsters. You know what I mean? My shit's about reliable as hammer. You don't just hit anybody with Thor's hammer. And so it's the same thing, like we're in there and I'm moving, I'm picking my shots. My hands are open. I'm moving smooth. I'm slipping. I'm touching you. I'm not ever trying to hurt you. Even a lot of the guys that I fight in the ring, I'm not trying to hurt them. They wind up hurting themselves by opening themselves up and trying to hurt me. This is some yin and yang type stuff. You will hurt yourself. The more energy you put into hurting me, it's gonna blow up in your face. And that's just the way it goes.
Yeah, that's true. So, but like, because you are pretty good with the sparring. I don't see you like hurting your guys. Even some guys spar you without headgear, like the guys you coach and stuff. But if the roles were switched and like a streamer came in, how would you handle that?
I'd embarrass them the same way.
Like film it and stuff.
I would embarrass them the same way. Yeah, I just embarrass them. I'm better. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can learn today, tomorrow, the day after that will prepare you for 30 years of training. 30, 40 years. I told you my first martial arts tournament was in 1988. I can put my one hand behind my back and beat you until you call for mom. You'll be like, shit.
I saw you sparring with one glove, beating those guys.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, people would understand if they were saying, hey, if a streamer was like challenged, what's his name, from the one who shoots all the Steph Curry. If a
Steph Curry?
Basketball streamer challenges Steph Curry to a 3-point contest, everybody would go, I'm not going to watch this shit.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do? You're gonna wake up today, you're gonna train real hard like a Rocky montage, and you think you can do that? No.
Yeah.
No, that's idiot. Idiots. It's just you're trolling. You're just trolling, bro. You're just trolling.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's why I think it's a waste of time a little bit to be like because streamers are just white belts basically, and then you're just sparring a black belt or a world champion like Strickland. It's like, don't even waste your time. Neither party,
It's just trolling. That guy, whether Sneako, whatever, got a little more famous. He got a few more followers, and so did this weird guy. I don't like him for other reasons, but I really, really try not to not like people just based on their TV or their persona. What you see on TV is very rarely that real person. But I would really like to kick his ass. You know what I mean? But I know that.
Or Strickland.
Your other guy, the champ,
Strickland. Strickland.
I'd really like to beat him up. Like, I just beat him up for everybody to see that he's not that tough and all that mouth and all the weird stuff that he says. But I'm kind of in the same boat. I say a lot of weird stuff. I make a lot of people angry. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't like me. So I can't really vilify the guy for doing his job. He's probably a really cool dude. But I know if he was ever in my gym, I'd type him up. The way he moves, he has a lot of tails. The way he moves, I know I got him.
Yeah. Did you call him out in something? Because I saw what is it, MMA Unleashed or something, or what, Uncensored? I saw a quote.
I felt like it needed to be said. After he made that comment about Bryce. I trained Bryce for his last fight in the BKFC that he won. And Bryce Hall has a lot of heart, and he could be taught. If he trained with me for a couple of years, he will quite possibly be world champion material. He has that type of heart. People don't know that about Bryce. They just see the persona. And they love or hate the persona that they see on the internet. But I trained with him. I made him run up hills. I made him stay under the water till he threw up. I made him lift weights. I made him throw the weights and go get them. I made him, I beat him. I beat him up. You know what I mean? And he didn't quit. He never quit. And he won his fight because of it. And so I know that there's a man in there that can be a great fighter. But for Strickland to call him out and say what he do to him and all of that, I was like, I wouldn't let it happen. Y'all can book it, but I'll show up. I'll be there.
Have his back.
Yeah, I beat that ass and anybody you brought with you. So it's okay. You guys can talk like that to people who, but I care about Bryce. He's one of my students. Now you say you can do what to him? Catch a murder case. I can catch a murder case too. we all can get one. Murder cases for everybody.
Right. Yeah, and just going back a little bit though with the whole thing, I guess between you and Sean, if he were to spar you, apparently he wouldn't go as hard as he can against you, because he says that fighters have earned the respect to not go 100% against each other. You know what I'm saying? So there's that side to it.
That's true. So I don't know if you noticed, but when guys are fighting in the cage, they're not going 100%. 100% is suicide. 100% is suicide. I'm the first person to tell you that, because you can only go 100% for a couple of seconds. That's like nitrous. Blow your engine. Maybe you win, maybe you did. If you watch how we fight, it's not 100%, but it won't take 100% to incapacitate somebody. It won't take 100% to knock somebody out. It won't take 100% to establish your dominance of technique over that person and to establish who's the better fighter. It very rarely takes 100%. I seen a video of Mighty Mouse this morning when he picked the guy up and then transitioned into the arm bar mid-air. I saw it when it happened.
Crazy.
Holy smokes, to see it again. That's not 100%. 100% would have tried to slam him on his neck and break it. But what he did, wow. Wow. You know what I mean? That's genius, ingenuity. It's below 100%, but it's better than 100%.
It's that flow state a little bit, right?
It's sustainable. 100% sustainable.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah. So also though, with the last kind of thing about the Strickland thing, what do you think he should have done? Because Bryce called him out, right? So that was his response. What do you think he should have done? Or is Bryce kind of wrong, but he's your boy and you got his back no matter what?
I just think it showed a very sloppiness to Strickland. You mean talking about by him talking crap to Bryce?
Yeah, because Bryce called him out, and so he responded to Bryce.
Should have ignored it.
He should have ignored it.
You already beat up a YouTuber, so now what you gonna do? You gonna run around beating up all the YouTubers in the world? Like,
yeah,
you just ignored it. You know what I mean? Like, I already fell for it once. You know, I already just beat up a YouTuber. Okay, you know, whatever. You know, I'm coming to your fight, or you know, whatever. But just to be like, you know, oh yeah, if I fight Bryce, I catch a murder case. What are you talking about? Like, you didn't catch a murder case last guy. You beat him up. I get it. You know what you're doing. I say fight me. Fight me.
Fight you.
It'd be fun.
I think it'll be good because Strickland doesn't do no grappling. So I mean, you guys might as well just go at it.
No money, no nothing, no bell. Soon as he bells out and like grabs my feet and start trying to pull my legs in, I'm just gonna be like, I quit. I told you he can't fight. This is I quit. Whatever. You got it, buddy. Yeah. Because that's what they do when you start punching them in the face. They try to shoestring tackle you and roll around on the ground and punch you and try to win like your wife does. Open your leg. Full guard.
Well, hey, maybe it could happen because I don't know if you saw this, but Tyron Woodley, Strickland was basically saying like, I won't fight Jake Paul or spar Jake Paul because the UFC won't let me do it. And then Tyron Woodley's like, that's bullshit. You could spar anyone. You just can't fight him in like with another promotion. So he could always come through Florida and spar you if he wants to.
I'm game. You know, my address is 3920 Confederate Point Road in Jacksonville, Florida, 32210. My phone number's online. I'm in there every day, 6 to 8 in the morning, 6 to 8 at night. I train Monday through Thursday, 4 or 5 hours every single day. Anybody who wants any work, that's an open invitation. Come see me. I'll give you what you're looking for. You know, and I'm not even going to hurt you. I'm just going to show you you're not what you think you are.
Yeah. Fair enough. I want to get into your BKFC career a little bit now. So as far as that goes, Hector Lombard was a big turning point for you. What was it about your guys' beef? Was he not exactly accepting fights against you, so you really had to push his hand to fight you there?
Yeah. Hector disrespected the game by coming into the BKFC. Originally, he came and he asked me for help. He wanted to get in shape. I got a few pictures of us, you know, hanging out, and he's like, hey, man, help me get in shape. I think I can do big things for BKFC. You know, he came to my fight with Reggie Pena, and he liked the way I fight, and he wanted me to train with him. And then when he did get into the when he did get into the BKFC, he started ignoring me. He started, you know, pretending I'm not around. He started muscling the promotion in order to keep me away from the Miami promotions and everything. Even his first fight against Dave Mundell,
they fought at 205. These are two stubby guys that fought at 205, and then they forced me to fight Gustavo Trujillo, who was also a 205er, but these were like massive size differences. And at the time, I just so happened to be like one of the top guys in the BKFC. So like it just became this chess game of positioning me and Hector away from each other, and then they found a way to create a loop for him to the belt while I was already waiting for it. There just wasn't any belts yet. So I was 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
So I was 6'1", waiting to get a you got me?
I got you.
You got me?
You.
I was
You're
6'1", waiting to get a title fight, and then all of a sudden is on do not deserve it, still do that somehow.
Oh yeah, that's why it keeps cutting out. So you were 6'1", about to get a title fight, and then what happened?
Well, I had fought 2 title eliminators, and I was next in line for the title, and then all of a sudden there were 5 title fights in one night, and I wasn't invited. Hector Lombard wanted the title, and so they went around me and they went and picked up Joe Riggs, some guy that was 2-1 or something from way back, and they were like, okay, here's the title fight. And I was like, what? You know, and I watched, you know, I had just won the weekend before that or 2 weeks before that against Josh Dyer in an impressive, I think I knocked him down 4 times. I won by KO it was awesome. And it was just like, okay, I'm going to come to this fight and I'm going to watch this nonsense. And should I just sit here and let them just, you know, give it to me? And then I just couldn't sit there no more. When he had that much trouble fighting Joe Riggs and he was puffing for air, and I'm screaming from the sidelines like, watch it, Joe, he's gonna do something dirty. I didn't know Joe. I was rooting for Joe because Hector was a butt. So I'm like, you know, watch it.
Yeah.
Then Hector Lombard pulls Joe Riggs' shorts and then sticks his thumb in his eye. And then wins the belt. And the whole fight, all I can see is, oh, I would have beat him. Oh my God, I could have. There was an uppercut. Oh, here's a slip. Oh, he's tired. Wait a minute. These are 2 fights. And I told him I beat both those guys easily. And then I did. I did beat them both easily. So, the rest is history, you know. Hector Lombard, he walked away in shame, and he never came back. And he's sitting somewhere under some rock hoping BKFC fumbles and we all fall off, you know. But, hey, a fight is a fight. Either you're the best or not. And when I'm no longer the best, I'm not ducking guys. I'm just going to get out of the way. You understand what I'm saying? I won't stand in somebody's way saying, I'm not going to fight that guy. He's pretty good. I don't want to chance it.
Or rob them of an opportunity, even though you know that, like...
This is his life. He's got children to feed.
Right.
Get out of the way. Endorse him.
And if your time's gone, why are you going to do that?
Hector Lombard, listen, honestly, business. Hector Lombard could have been a big part of the organization, fought fights here and there like Mike Perry, without actually challenging for the belt. He could have endorsed me like, this guy's pretty good. He's our champ. And still made money, still sold out shows in Miami, still did. Bro, come on. Why get in the way of a juggernaut? Soon as he got the belt, everybody was like, is he going to have to fight that big guy? That should tell you right there. That should tell you right there. Stuff. Like, so since he has the belt, what are they going to do? Everybody was asking the same question. Oh, well, they're going to make him fight. They're going to make him fight. And you saw what happened when we fought. I put a nice big knot on his head and kicked him up his ass and sent him on his way. He did
That's facts, though. You got to support. I think that whole gatekeeping thing with any type of industry, it's not good. I think the way for winning and growth for everyone is to support, you know, and to not be a gatekeeper or hold someone back, you know. Support them, whatever you got to do, you know.
There used to be a saying, may the best man win.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all it is. I'm not looking.
Or, you know, best versus best, and whoever's better is better, but at least you put the best versus the best.
A handout. I'm not looking for no favoritism. I'm not looking for, and I've never gotten any. All the guys that I fought, everything that I've done since I've been here, nothing was a given. There was a time where I'm just the underdog every single time, but now I'm no longer the underdog because I've kicked so many people's ass. But that's how it's supposed to be. It's not a popularity contest. It's literally who is the best fighter, whether you like me or not.
Yeah, who can prove themselves.
If you put your brother in there, I expect you to root for your brother, but don't expect me not to kick his ass. I'm the best fighter.
Yeah.
You put your best friend in there, hey, you did that. I'm the best fighter. You can love them all you want, but I'm the best fighter. And that's what it should boil down. We have a terrible history of choosing and picking and playing favorites, even with the Olympics, with Mike Tyson in the Olympics, with Roy Jones Jr. cheated in the Olympics. All of the
What happened with them? I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what happened with them. What happened with them in the Olympics?
You're young.
I know the Olympics is kind of shady, but
they're all super famous guys who were cheated out of gold medals and later on became the best in the world, the best.
Even Floyd.
So you gotta understand that there's some point in which reality where you got to say, if your favorite guy needs your help, he's not the best guy. If he needs you to cheat for him, he's not the best guy. If you're going around picking and choosing and trying to, you already know he's not the best guy when you're doing that.
You're already lost.
Right. But what you guys should do is team up with the best guy until you become the best guy. Stop, more like Goku. Stop trying to be a hater.
Yeah.
Because every time some weird judge holds these guys back, they still take over the world. Mayweather is arguably the best fighter in history of boxing and was cheated in the Olympics, a fight he obviously won. And now that judge and that guy, what happened to that guy that you cheated for? Some bum drinking at the pub on the corner. What'd you do it for? What's the use?
That's pretty wild.
That's pretty wild.
Go look at the guy you cheated for and see what he's doing. Doesn't he deserve it?
Go look at the guy you cheated for. Find him now. You did not help him.
Yeah. Well, what's cool though is and this might be some free game for people. I'm sure you might have already realized this. But it's that negative energy, that's where you're saying anybody who gets snubbed or deals with some bullshit, it's a lot of energy that goes behind, trying to map out somebody's demise. So that's why I think sometimes you can.
Maybe it doesn't really the way people describe it. They think oh yeah, well, everybody's hating on him, so it makes him strong.
That's kind of what I'm trying to say. But what do you think?
It's not really the case. I just think that, of course, that guy was already great. You were just an idol. You just didn't want to give him his props. You just wanted to, every time he shoots the ball, you say, that's not going to go in. It goes in, buddy, whether or not you like it or not. So once we get out of the way, the guy will be great.
I see.
You see what I'm saying? He's just
regardless. It was more the person standing in the way. It wasn't him, the guy who got robbed of an opportunity.
Right. No, it's just, and it's going to be great regardless. The way Mayweather beat that guy, go back and watch those fights. The way Mike Tyson beat the guy that he was cheated for is not even close. It's nothing.
I gotta watch that. I never seen that one.
Yeah, and Holyfield too.
Damn.
It happens. It just happens all the time. It just happens all the time. And
yeah.
And the thing that makes me great, no one's ever cheated for me. So
you take the hardest path, right?
So when they ring the bell, you better have God with you. Because no one's ever cheated for me. And I'm going to beat you.
Fair enough. So with that Hector thing, what happened? Joe Riggs was the champ. They surpassed you to give Hector the title. Hector won the title, and that's when you came in the ring?
BKFC was a new organization. It was the vacant titles. Nobody had titles.
Oh. So they fought for the first one.
Alamino was probably the only person with a title at the time. So all those titles, we had to establish records before anybody could even get a title. And that's what I was told. Even though I was sitting around 6-1, they were like, oh yeah, there's not enough diversity to pass out titles. Then when Hector Lombard came into the organization, he went 2-0, and all of a sudden these titles started appearing.
Yeah.
You know, when Thiago Alves came to the BKFC, all of a sudden a 175 title appeared. And so when we started getting more and more attention, the titles came out. They were up for grabs. So I started grabbing them.
I see.
So I started grabbing
And I
them.
guess, yeah, you probably got overlooked. It seems like because I was going to ask you, why do you think BKFC didn't see something in you to give you that first title fight even? But it seems like two guys were former UFC fighters, and they were trying to put a name, have a selling point there.
Listen, the way it boils down, the way that I've looked at it into my life, you know, there's business plans. Everybody has their plans, like the Joker. Remember, he said, everybody's schemers. I hate schemers, you know. He's like, there's always some fucking plan, you know. There's always a plan. That's cool.
I hate that too, to be honest, but
that's cool. You got your plans, I got mine. When I woke up at 4 a.m., punched the bag until 10 o'clock, and then I took a nap, and I woke up, and the only thing I could think about was going back and punching that bag, and I did that for years and years and years. Well, guess what, buddy? I got plans too. Let's see.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
What happens? You know what I mean? I got plans.
And your plan was what? To go into the ring and start something after Hector won that.
Oh, and punch Hector Lombard in his head and put a knot on his head like a unicorn. That was my plan. And it worked. You worked out. So it all worked out. And eventually, like you say, I told them when I came to the organization that I was the best, that I had unique skills, and that somebody you will see. And I meant it. And right now, I'm the pound for pound best bare knuckle fighter in the world. Everything I said came true, because everything it was true. Everything I said.
That's right.
Because everything I said was true.
Yeah, you haven't been lying at all, and you've been proving that every step of the way.
Right.
So this is also pretty crazy. And by the way, like I got some more for you, but like I don't know, how does like 20 or 30 minutes sound? Is that okay? Or like, do you have somewhere to be?
No, we are. We having fun. Just try to chop it up so we don't bore the fans.
Yeah, we're just chopping it up. So just kind of like letting it go wherever it goes. That's why. But I was going to ask you, so that following, right, after you kind of like went in the ring, punched Hector and shit, there's another moment that happened where like, I think he got another fight. What was that situation where it's like, ain't no champ unless I say so?
That was the same fight.
Oh, so that was the press conference, and then once they fought, you stepped in the ring.
Yeah, so that was the actual fight. When he jumped in, when he won the belt from Joe Riggs, I jumped in the ring and he punched me. When he punched me, I said, "No champ unless I say so." Later on, when BKFC made the title fight, it was me versus Hector Lombard for the 205 title. That's what he won. Hector Lombard was so afraid of me that he made them change the title weight to fight for the vacant 185 title. See, all that hating and all that cheating is the reason I became the double world champ. I had no plans on getting the 185 title. None. Hector Lombard pressured BKFC into fighting at 185 because he thought I couldn't make weight. He thought it would make me weak. So he tried to cheat me once again. So the day of the press conference, they notified me, this is no longer a 205 fight. This is a 185 fight.
Wow.
What, have you ever heard of some shit like that?
I have not. I was surprised when you just said that right there.
That's why I walked in there and took his 205 belt and bashed it on the ground. Because he was protecting it. He was trying to make a way for him to still be a champion, even if I beat him. So I took his belt and I slammed it on the ground till all the letters came off. A lot of what I was a lot of what I was doing was actually like my resignation. I was fed up. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're about to dip.
If they fire me, they fire me because I've already given so much.
Right.
Sorry about that.
Fair.
I've already given so much. I've already given so much, you know? I've already given all. So right now we're at the point where persona meets fed the fuck up. This is like postal worker shit. Like, it's like this guy coming to work today, they go like, shit, there you go. So it's like, oh shit, it's here. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here and I'm pissed. Like, I'm tired of this. You know what I mean? There's like, and then it just so happened to go viral, made everything look bigger and better. And then I actually backed my shit up when I got in the ring. So it just worked out for me. As things often do when you walk in a righteous life.
Right.
A righteous path. When you're true to yourself and your sport and your heart. When this is what you love, things will work out. Right now, this is a matter of fact, this is my message before we get out of here. Anybody, anywhere in the world, if you have something that's near and dear to you, that's true to your heart, that you love, you better start loving it, because that's the only way that things will start to work out for you. Things will start to work out for your life in your way when you do what you love, because that's the truth of manifestation. That's the real truth.
Yeah.
How do you think children are made? Manifested love. Love. When you love something, it creates life. That's what your life is. If you love the guitar, you better stop fucking laying bricks more than you love the guitar. You need to overdo it, because then abundance things will just pour into your life. Once you choose, you can't straddle the fence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You love speaking.
No, I 100% agree.
Because every moment that you do, you're doing what someone else's love, what someone else loves. If you spend 8 hours a day on doing blacktop work, that's someone else's dream that you're pouring your love and effort into.
Yeah.
If enough people love what someone else's love, then he'll be rich. He'll do great. He'll have abundance. He used your manifestation power to manifest him a yacht. But if you do it, you love every single day, if you do it, find a way to do it, it will start pouring into your life and manifest you.
Right.
Manifest you a house, manifest you a yacht.
And even like, that's why I'm like independent. You know, a lot of guys, they're like for MMA fighting or MMA junkie and shit, but I'm doing my own thing because I don't want to, like, that's the same way as you. I don't want to fulfill someone else's dream. You know, like getting this interview with you right now and then getting it, like doing it for MMA fighting and they get the 10,000 views or something like that over me.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather start small and grow up that way. I just feel like it's more rewarding. And I even stopped working a little while ago, just trying to do this once I was able to save up a little bit of money, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to manifest it too. 100%.
Push it. If you need any help, if you need some help pushing your content out there, you want me to push it on my YouTube or whatever, make sure you cut it the way you're supposed to cut it. Make sure you try it and this, that, and yeah. And give me your handle. I'll share it on Instagram and stuff like that. And just keep being you. Keep being you.
For sure, man.
And it'll work itself out. It'll definitely work itself out.
Yeah. Like, I kind of think of it too in a way. Like, obviously we're in two different career paths, like completely. But, you know, just the same way you believe in yourself and you put everything into yourself, that's what I try to do in like this field as well. So I take something from you guys too, you know?
Start a Juggernaut podcast. So I'll hit you up for some advice. So you can tell me which microphone to get, what setup to work with. But yeah, we're going to do our own thing. We're going to have our own podcast going on at the gym. So yeah, hey.
Hell yeah.
Your help too.
For sure. All right, so I got a few more for you, and then we'll get you out of here. So let me see here. I was gonna ask you about that fucking brawl with what's his name, Josh Copeland or something.
I don't know. I wasn't involved.
Or the brawl at the press conference where the guy stood up and you said, "You can't be that stupid."
Oh, you talking about Mike Richman?
Mike Richman, yeah. I don't know why I put down Copeland.
Yeah, Mike Richman was just like I don't know what he was on or what he was thinking, but he just got full of himself, or he got tired of, seeing me have the spotlight. And I think it'd be a real jealousy thing where he just got tired of seeing me and BKFC. Almost like me and Mike Perry, right? You see how Mike Perry's getting a lot of attention. He's getting a lot of draw. He's like, a lot of people are associating Bare Knuckle with Mike Perry. Well,
right.
No, if I was jealous of Mike Perry, I might set myself up to, be enemies with Mike Perry. And that's what he did. I just honestly think he didn't like the attention that I was getting and what I was doing. And he started to, just chirp online saying, hey, I could beat him. He's nobody. I'm tired of you guys talking about Lorenzo Hunt. I'll knock him out. And I ignored it the first couple of times because to me, it was like Batman versus Superman. It's like,
right. You
guys love Mike Perry. Okay, you guys love Batman. Do not fucking make him fight Superman, you idiot. Don't do it. But
yeah.
Everybody's like, Batman's awesome. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? It's Superman. But they're like, okay. And then I said it in the interview. I said, man, I can't believe that these people, you got these people to go along with this. It's like, okay, let's make Batman versus Superman. What? I want to see it too. And you see what happens. Holy shit.
What makes you go so crazy like that? Like you're just about it, bro. You punch Hector in the ring. You were the first one to hit him.
So honestly, it's not that. I'm a man. You have to be careful what you say to a man, what you do to a man. I'm from the generation where we didn't do the gay joke thing, and we didn't touch each other, and we didn't slap each other on the ass. I don't know what's happening right now. You understand? But for me, when I grew up, when two men were in a room, there wasn't no sexual tension. There was the potential for somebody to get fucking hurt, depending on what was said and why. So you get 4 or 5 guys in the room, you talking all out brawl, maybe. You walk out of the room, you come back like everything's tore down. That was the potential of any given moment when you deal with two men. It doesn't matter who's watching, doesn't matter if you're at church, doesn't matter if you're in school. Two men sit across from each other and start chirping. This always has the potential to be a brawl. That's how I grew up. Understand? You couldn't just say whatever you wanted to say. Mike Richman stood up. And he said, I will slap you in your fucking mouth.
And you say, you can't be that stupid.
Do you talk like that to anybody?
I don't talk like that to people.
Say that to you.
I would just do it. I would just do it. Instead of saying if I was gonna, I would just do it.
I'm just saying, can you see yourself being at the grocery store? Some guy says, hey, I'll slap you in your fucking mouth. What happens after that?
You have to slap him immediately.
I don't even know. I've never been past that point. Nobody's ever said that to me. So if you say I went crazy, I don't think so. I just don't know what I'm supposed to say after that.
Well, I guess, devil's advocate is the promotion and stuff, so you don't want to lock horns or touch each other before the actual fight, but you're like, fuck it.
Your neck if you disrespect me in public. I don't when we're sitting there, it's not about the promotion. If they wanted to protect the promotion, they should have not put us together. I've been training for months to hurt this man. And if you put us close together, guess what I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
So
you're a fighter.
I'm whatever. It wasn't on purpose. It wasn't planned or nothing like that. But I just want everybody to be conscious of true manhood. Don't say whatever comes to your mind to me. Speak to me with respect. Another thing is like spitting on people. If somebody spit on, I don't know. I just don't know what happens after that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To slap me or threaten to slap me or to do something to me in public and like you know, I don't know. I thought that was normal. I thought that was pretty normal. Like, I thought we all knew that you're not supposed to do certain shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, when
I don't know why they act so out of pocket with you at times.
Because they're dumb. Sometimes guys are like, sometimes you can lie to yourself. You'll tell yourself, this guy's not that good. And then you'll start to believe it. Well, you probably should just be like, you know, he's pretty good. I should keep pace. Or, wow, he made it this far. He must know something. That's how I am. I never said Mike Richman wasn't good. I just said he couldn't be me. You understand? That's a little bit different than he's a joke. He's nothing. He's a bitch. I'll slap him. You can't be that stupid. Right. You can't be that stupid. I'm the double world champ in bare knuckle boxing. How soft could I be? How much of a bitch could I really be if I chose this job and I'm doing stellar at it? The guy's fucking great. how it's big. There's the Knockout of the Year award for that stupidity.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's the Knockout of the Year award from Mike and Mitch and BKFC. Bro, that was the dumbest. He literally had a brain fart and it cost him his career. He's gone.
Yeah.
No more Mike.
No, that was odd to me. I was like, why the hell is he standing up already? Like, Lorenzo didn't do too much there.
I didn't do nothing. That's what
I was watching it. You didn't do nothing, yeah.
And when he stood up, you could see my whole demeanor changed. My whole demeanor changed. Yeah. When he stood up, I was like, wait. What? Me? No, you're not that stupid. No, please tell me you're not coming over here. You're not coming over here. I will throw you at your mom. Don't come over here. I will use you as I will chuck you across the street. But he did. He came over. Whatever.
Yeah. And then what's fucking hilarious was that that part where you guys are going at it and Dave is in the middle trying to separate you guys, and like you're just out of your mind at that point, the both of you. So there's no stopping you, but Dave's like fucking trying to hold you back.
One slap is hilarious, but I was just trying to. So the thing about it was he tried to shoot for a takedown. I think he tried to knock me off the stage the other way, but I stuffed the takedown. Yeah, a little takedown defense real quick. I know that much. You know, get your arm under, chuck him up off of me, you know. And then somebody attacked me from the other side. It was actually his brother.
I see, yeah.
Yeah, that was his little brother.
Oh.
He grabbed my legs, but they still didn't get me down. It looks like I fell, but I didn't. I landed on my feet. Everybody else fell.
Because the stage was off. It went off stage, right?
It went off stage, but I didn't fall. It looked like I fell, but I didn't. Right. Everybody else fell, but I still ready to fight. I had pretty good punch, you know. And it's just, man, it's been a wild ride, and it's gonna continue to be one because like I'm going to heavyweight, and I'm gonna do damage in the heavyweight division. I've been dieting. I've been on a diet. You got to remember, I had my first fight at 31, right? I haven't been 185 like as a natural weight since high school. I'm a big guy. I've been cutting weight and expressing this extreme discipline over myself for the past since 2011. I've been at 185 since 2011.
Wow.
So I'm
you're ready to grow into a heavyweight body then.
I've always been a heavyweight. I'm as a heavyweight whole life. I just have to be 185 for 24 hours.
Yeah.
When I fight, I'm actually about 210, 212, 215 next day. I'm not a 185er. I'm the 185 champion. I can be 185 just for leagues. Same thing where there's 205. I'm 225, 230 pound guy just walking around naturally. Just a natural 230 pound guy since 2005. I've been over 205 pounds. You know what I mean? So you're talking about no favors, no shortcuts, no nothing. So when you guys see me at heavyweight, it's gonna be like, we didn't know. Now you didn't know. You couldn't have known. And I'm gonna smash these guys in the grape juice. Like it's gonna be bad.
Turn some grapes into grape juice.
It's gonna be bad.
Into lemonade.
We turn the lemon lemonade.
Right. And on your story, there's an announcement, right, that you got one coming up, I think, within 24 hours. And I think it's probably close to that. We're at like the 22-hour mark. But whatever you can say, are you going to be fighting at heavyweight or what?
Yeah, I'm going to be fighting at heavyweight. It's definitely going to be a heavyweight bout. I'm going to be fighting April 27th in California. I will break that much. I won't break my opponent to you, but we can set up to do another interview, and I'll give you that tidbit of information. But we're going in, and
for sure.
I'm going in. I'm coming to Cali, and I'm gonna make a name for myself, smashing these guys out, and like I say, turning lemons into lemonade.
Hell yeah. And I'm actually from Cali. I'm from Southern California, like LA area. Is the fight gonna be nearby here, or where's the fight gonna be? LA?
Gonna be LA.
Okay, for sure. I gotta try to come out then.
Yeah, reach out to me, man. I'll try to get you an immediate pass and come show you some love. You can come back with me and stuff and do anything.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll be in contact then.
All right. Nice talking.
And you said that's in April.
April 27th.
April 27th. Okay. Hey, and I just got like one more for you, if that's cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. The juggling. I watched that video of you doing the juggling, and you're talking about how it helps you kind of slip punches, right? You juggle with one hand against the wall. Or you do other variations too. Just kind of speak about juggling and how that helps your training a little bit.
Well, it's just hand and mind coordination. I juggle with my mind, not with my eyes. I make my hands do exactly what my mind says do. How many people can say that that's what happens when they tell their hand to do something? Piano players, guitar players, people who are professionals, people like Steph Curry, who shoots the jumper. His hand does exactly what he tells it to do. Well, so do mine. And you see what happens in a fight when your hands do exactly what you tell them to do. Well, you have to practice that. Well, where do you get those skills? Where do you get that understanding? How do you cultivate that? It has to be something gentle. It has to be something smooth. It has to be something, you creating dexterity and mind and muscle memory. And, these are combinations, 3 balls, 4 balls. These are combinations to be able to juggle, to be able to teach your mind to build the brain and body connection, right? There's times when I'm juggling and I can close my eyes. I've programmed the machine. Wow. I've programmed the machine. We all know how important that is, right? So yeah, there you go. Now, I can't see during the fight, but the machine has been programmed. I couldn't see when Mike Richman hit me when he stuck his finger in my eye, but the machine has been programmed, and that's what it's all about. Like I said, there's levels to this shit, and there's things that you guys can't learn playing video games. And if you continue to watch me fight, I'll continue to show you awesomeness.
Okay. And you also said that it gives you a little bit of telepathy, right? And that's what you're saying, because the machine is programmed. So you might be able to see like these little tells, and since you're already programmed, you're able to slip it and stuff like that. But yeah, it was really interesting how boxing, you're saying like sometimes a fighter will slip before the punch is even thrown.
Yeah, it's not telepathy. It just seems like it to him. But the minute I punch in his eyes, I can see what you're thinking. You show your face like poker. You understand? Like people who are really, really good at poker, they know this guy don't have shit. You know what I mean? I can see it.
Yeah.
And watch the slow motion, it will look like before the punch came. But the punch was created. here. You understand? Before it was expressed physically.
Yeah.
And it seems like telepathy, but you actually showed me in your expression what you were gonna do. I liken it to like when you watch babies poop. You ever seen a baby look at me like, oh, he's pooping? Well, he has
Unfortunately
a special
not.
face.
I haven't had that pleasure yet.
Well, they do.
Okay, what do they do?
When they poop.
Oh, okay.
They're concentrating. You understand? And so when you try to hit me, you're concentrating. You make a poop face.
Yeah.
And so I just try to punch it, or I move. You know, I'm not gonna let you take the poop on you. So I either punch the poop face, or and like I say to everybody else, you'll see his hand come later. But he made the face first. You know, the little guys, a little, like, hey, like he's about to fart. Like, bro, come on, bro. I'm looking at you. I can see that shit.
Yeah.
Or like
and you don't really have those tells. Is that something you do? Like with yourself, you try not to give those tells?
Now that I told you that, watch me fight again. Watch my face.
Okay.
I'll go like, I'll try not to move my face at all. You can tell if you watch me fight, you can tell it's like, why is he doing that? I don't do nothing with my face, like stone face. Because I know,
All right, I'm gonna go check it out now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll even put a clip. I'll freeze your face or something like that when you're talking about this.
It's like, why is he looking at him like that? Because I don't want him to be able to guess what I'm gonna do.
That's funny. That's funny. Hey, and sorry, man. Last thing, I promise you. Last thing. What do you have to say to people who are saying, if they say it, you're fighting a heavyweight, you might be too small. He could take your shots. You can't hurt him. Any response to anything like that?
I don't want to diss the fans because, sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. More often they're wrong than they are right, but I'm okay with that. I would like to say to you guys that, do you ever get tired of being wrong? I have the most fights in BKFC, most wins in BKFC. Most of you guys didn't think I would be Hector. You didn't think I would be Joe Pyfer. You didn't think I would beat Mike Richman. You never think I'm big enough. You never think I'm fast enough. You never think I'm strong enough. You never think I'm whatever. Do you ever get tired of being wrong? I'm big enough. I'm strong enough. I'm fast enough. I'm smart enough. I am exactly who I say I am, and I am who they say I am. I am the best bare knuckle fighter in the world. Point.
Fair enough. All right, we'll leave it at that there. And your fist can't, it's not like you're too small for them in the sense of like they have the same bone structure as you, right? So
it ain't about bones or nothing. And I like to say to people sometimes I have small fists, right? But here's another thing. They get bigger the closer they get to you.
Very true, very true.
After a while, there's nothing bigger.
After a while, you can't even see shit.